just 10 plus 10 seconds. Now everybody will get 10 out of 10. Am I correct? So what is that we have done here? Do you understand the mechanism that is working for you now? What actually made you to feel highly comfortable and thereby your effectiveness improved? Not only that, your efficiency also improved. You are asking now me only 10 plus 10, 20 seconds. Initially, we started the negotiation with the 60 seconds. Then I reduced it to 45. Then I reduced to 30. And now you are demanding only 10 plus 10. That means you have become super efficient as well as super effective. What is that we did here? What is the magic here? We simplified the storage process. We simplified the retrieval process. How the information goes inside your brain, how it is coming out of your brain is simplified. As a result, you have become effective and you have become efficient. Can you apply the same logic in your workplace? Make storage and retrieval easier. Because most of your work are related to storage and related to retrieval only. You may be storing some files in laptop, or you will be storing some tools in your workplace, or you will be storing a material, or you will be storing your finished product. You call it, you give it different names. Supply chain management, and you call it warehouse, isn't it? So if you make the storage and retrieval easy for people, your effectiveness will improve, your efficiency will also improve. So that is called Kaizen. Find simple ideas by which storage and retrieval can become simple. So small improvements involving every department. Kaizen is the key to efficiency. Few examples of Kaizen. Logical pre-positioning of tools and material. Now I have logically arranged the numbers. Am I right? That's how it's become easier. Similarly, you logically pre-position the tools and materials, make work easier for people and make it comfortable to your worker. For example, if you see a mason doing the the work, and he has to pick up the brick, and then he has to pick the cement mixture, and then he has to construct the wall. That is his job. And now, can you help him by keeping a table nearby and then put all the bricks on the table? What is the advantage now? He no need to bend down to pick up the brick every time. Am I right? As a result, what will happen in the place of completing the wall for 10 feet, maybe 5 feet, he will complete 8 feet wall within the same time. At the same time, he will not get tired. So this is how you need to improve the productivity in your workplace and make work easier and make the environment and everything comfortable to your worker. Provide assisting devices and adjustable work tables. Productivity will improve, quality will improve, isn't it? Cost will come down. Many good things will happen. And create mistake proofing system. All right. So that means when you are trying to build systems, anything for your people, simply assume you are helping someone or you are making someone who is physically challenged to work for you. Imagine like someone is physically challenged and you are going to make him work for you. And now how will you equip him? You get my point? If your workers are physically challenged, that means they can't work like the normal human being. They have a lot of limitation, and now you offer a solution to that. If you keep that mindset, then the normal people will find it much easier, and then they can improve your productivity like anything. And we will see what Kaizen means in an industry scenario by watching this video.
Visitors to factories in Japan often remark how carefully and neatly the tools and working materials are arranged.
Change for better.
This is actually the key to efficiency. When tools are laid out clearly and conveniently, no work time is wasted looking for them. Logical pre-positioning of materials reduces time spent transporting them to workspaces, lessening the danger of collisions en route. Such techniques for improving work efficiency and safety are known as Kaizen, a Japanese word that simply means to do something better. Our workers on the shop floor are always thinking of ways to improve the workflow, revising procedures so they take 2 steps instead of 3 or need 5 seconds instead of 10. Many tiny improvements add up to give a big result. That's Kaizen. The idea of Kaizen began in automobile plants about 70 years ago. Workers sharing their knowledge to revise and improve work procedures made a great contribution during the years of Japan's rapid economic growth, and the Kaizen philosophy is still firmly embedded in Japanese industry. Let's look at how Kaizen works in this sandwich factory, which has a mostly female workforce. Their old way of doing it was for each worker to handle a single process as the materials moved past them on the line. But one process, cutting the bread, always took more time and interrupted the flow, keeping the next worker waiting. We'd been doing it that way for years and never saw it was a problem. Once they realized the weakness in their system, they decided to change from a linear flow to one where small groups of workers each complete batches of sandwiches. After rearranging workbenches and assigning multiple processes to each worker, the time required fell sharply and productivity went up. Now we rarely have to stand about waiting for materials. It's really improved the job. This factory employs a large number of workers with disabilities. The Kaizen approach paid off here too. A major goal of our Kaizen effort was to make it easier and more comfortable for the workers to do their jobs. Trash receptacles were redesigned for easy transportation. And various assistive devices allow people with visual impairments to operate equipment. This worker devised the Kaizen idea of stabilizing hanging screwdrivers with flexible cords. His improvement reduces wasteful movement, and since the drivers are used thousands of times a day, saves as much as 200 minutes of work time a month. It really feels like you've accomplished something when you come up with a new technique like this. We all enjoy thinking and working together to make our job better. Spares and supplies are arranged for easy handling by the visually challenged. For example, these tapes are arranged by type, and large paper discs indicate by touch when only one is left. And the disc's bright printed design delivers the information clearly to sighted people too. Car jacks allow work tables to be raised and lowered to match the height of each wheelchair. This idea was so helpful, jacks have been fitted to all the work tables. Ideas intended to make things easier for people with disabilities often simplify everyone's work. Improving productivity, quality, and working conditions, and all with no need for new equipment. Japan's Kaizen approach is winning followers around the world.
Do you now understand how to identify and do Kaizen projects, small Kaizen projects in your workplace? Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is lean projects are much easier to identify and implement also, and you can complete lean projects within a short time. Sometimes within a week you complete a project. These are all possible, right? So what's the difference between lean and Six Sigma? Reducing variation is the focus in lean in Six Sigma project. Reducing waste is the focus in lean. So justification, when you reduce variation and make your process capability to Six Sigma level, defects will be limited to 3.4 DPMO, the benchmark value set by Bill Smith and Michael Harry at Motorola. You raise the process to Six Sigma level, DPMO will be just 3.4. Max, at the max, it will be 3.4. And lean will speed up your process. While making your process efficient as well as effective, your process speed will also increase. Customer will find your deliveries super fast. Main saving, cost of poor quality will go down. That means operational cost. Six Sigma also helps, but main focus of lean is cash flow will improve. The operating cost will get impacted, heavily, and that is good for your top management. And learning curve, Six Sigma projects long, You have to learn a lot of tools and you have to be committed in doing each and every phase, each and every step. But lean is not that difficult. You can comfortably learn and then practice very easily. Project selection, there are various approaches. We will be discussing certain things today in the define phase. And for lean projects, value stream mapping, just to visualize everything. When you visualize, bottlenecks will become visible. When you visualize, delays will become visible, and problems will become visible. So value stream mapping is generally used. Project length 2 to 6 months for Six Sigma project, and just 1 week to 3 months is the lean project. Project is data driven. Here it is demand driven. If customer is not asking you, why are you doing? That's the important question for you to make your business process lean. And generally project complexity will be higher in Six Sigma, but it will be moderate or sometimes very simple in lean. Lean will improve your effectiveness. Six Sigma will improve your efficiency. As a result, better quality, faster delivery. So Six Sigma improves your profit margin. The bottom line will be improved by reduction of defects. And Lean Six Sigma will improve your cash flow by reducing the waste. Of course, defect is also a form of waste. So the thing. And DFSS, Design for Six Sigma, will improve the revenue. That means your top line. The top line will get impacted by developing new products. Quality is meeting customer requirements consistently. And for that, you must take care of the customer requirement, you take care of the process requirement, and take care of the people requirement. Who are the people? The employees. Why employee requirement comes? Because they are the one who are managing and controlling the process. If you don't manage and control the process, eventually the process will die and will start producing defective outputs, right? So operational excellence is the execution of your business strategy consistently and reliably than your competitor. Keep some of the best organization as your competitor, right? Not the worst. Thereby, you will understand the need for improvement. So Lean Six Sigma as operational excellence model will improve the quality, reduce the cost, and lead time to delivery. Lean tools for making your process super efficient. That is, mainly it works around two important philosophies. One is JIT, another one is Jidoka. So JIT is do everything based on pull. Jidoka is make everything visible. Make everything visible. For example, see, if all of you are on video, automatically your focus is towards me. Am I correct? So something like that. Same way, when you make visible everything, problems will come to the surface. For example, if your machine is not in a working condition, can you make a red light to glow near the machine? Tell me how many days the red light will glow. Same day somebody will switch off, isn't it? So that is called Jidoka. And these are the tools we talked about. And similarly, Six Sigma tools, there are a variety of tools and techniques you are going to learn. And these are primarily the quality control tools, project management tools, decision-making tools. Six Sigma as such do not have its own tools. It only borrows the tools from the other thing. That is why I always tell my people, if you wanted to learn approach, which is far, far superior than any other approach, it is the Six Sigma approach, because it makes you fit in terms of project management, in terms of decision making, in terms of because it covers a bit of everything and makes you a better professional. So use appropriate tools and methods to correct and prevent the failures to achieve sustainable, predictable, and desirable growth in profit following the laws and compliance requirement. So that's it on the first session. Are there any questions?